Okay, peace. Let's talk about milk real quick. So here's the thing: when I do these videos, I go at it, or when I'm giving people information, or however you want to call it, or when I'm giving lectures, whatever you want to call it, I do it three ways, right? I have you use your common sense. I ask questions, and then I can also give you historical or scientific facts. So if we're talking about milk, let's think about it, right? The way the human body is designed, or the way the human body is, male or female, your body's kind of designed in a way where you don't really have to attach anything else to your body. Like when a person is born, the woman's body is designed in a way where now the breasts get bigger, now the breast produces milk, right? So let's think about it. Let's look at before I even get to that, right? Woman gives birth, she's producing milk, the baby is drinking milk, and she produces that milk for as long as she can or until the baby stops taking the milk. Now, that is around when you're supposed to stop drinking milk, right? That's around when you're supposed to stop drinking milk, whether you want to believe it or not. And I'll give you some reasons why. I'll have you use your common sense, and I'm also going to give you some scientific facts. So now, after your mom stops producing milk, or after you stop drinking the milk, you can now take in other products, other foods, or whatever you want to call it. Now, why is it that after that, or who told you that you actually needed more milk for nutrients? It's the same people that need to sell you the milk, right? So let's pause and think about that for a minute. Let's look at animals. Dogs, cats, lions, bears, tigers, however you want to call them. You don't see a lion tackling a gazelle and aiming for the breast to get breast milk. You don't see a lion waiting around for a gazelle to be pregnant just so he can get that milk. You don't see cats drinking puppies' milk. You don't see dogs drinking cats' milk. You don't see dogs drinking humans' milk. They drink the milk that their mother produced for as long as that mother or the female can, and then they stop and they start eating other things when the woman is done producing that milk. That's how it is all over the animal kingdom. The only time you will see a cat drinking a cow's milk, or a dog drinking a cat's milk, or goat's milk, however, is when a human is doing that for them. A human is buying that milk from the grocery store and feeding it to the cat or feeding it to the dog. That dog would never actually go out there to be running after a cat just because it wants the milk, right? Why are humans the only ones that feel like, okay, now my mom is no longer producing milk, let me now be drinking cow's milk? Think about that. And now look at the people that are telling you that you need the milk is the people that need to sell you the milk. If you own a farm, because you have a farm, you have the cows, right? Once you have the cows will produce meat as well as milk, right? Capitalization, they need to sell you everything on that cow. They'll sell you the head, the feet, the back, the bones, the meat, and of course they have to sell you the milk because they need to make as much money as possible. So now look at that. So they have to sell you the milk, and that's why they need to tell you that, hey, you need the milk. And what happens when, let's say they stop selling milk. Now you got to look at the cereal industry, right? They've already told you that, hey, milk goes perfectly with our cereal, so you have to buy it. So of course they kind of go hand in hand. And now, they start losing money and so on. But you can drink cereal if cereal is that important to you. You have almond milk, you have hemp seed milk, you have coconut milk, you have tiger nut milk, you have other types of milk that you can use, not cow's milk. Now let's look at some science. Majority of black folks are lactose intolerant. Why is that? Because it doesn't belong in your body in the first place. That's one. Two, you're not baby cows. That milk was meant for a cow. It was meant for a baby cow, because remember, cows need to be big and fat, and their bodies need to build for them to be able to survive or do everything that they do. Cows are huge. Cows are very, very heavy. You're not designed to be that heavy. This also adds to obesity, because when you're drinking that milk is carrying hormones that's really meant for the cow. So now you're drinking it and you're wondering why people are getting big and big and big and so on from just milk alone, because it wasn't designed for you. So you're not a baby cow. That's why you're lactose intolerant. And when you're doing this research and studies, you have to make sure that you're studying race-specific and gender-specific studies and research, because there's no point, if you're black, there's no point in you researching and just not focusing on race, because what's going to affect an Asian is going to be different from what affects you. What's going to affect a white person is going to be different from what affects you, and vice versa. Same thing for white folks. They're not studying what's just affecting black people because it doesn't affect them. So now if you understand that, and if you throw away milk Now you have to throw away cheese. Now you have to throw away yogurt. Because how do you get cheese? You age the milk. How do you get yogurt? You let the milk expire, right? That's why they smell the way they do, because it's really expired. And the funny thing is, cheese and yogurt would now have an expiration date, even though technically they're really already expired. So that's just a quick thing that I wanted to talk about. If you're a milk lover, sure. If it works for you, fine, do it. But if it's affecting you some way, somehow, or you're not sure where your weight is coming from, you probably want to reduce dairy or get rid of dairy for some time, and then see like the difference in your body. But other than that, if you're not a baby cow and you don't need milk technically, then you don't need the nutrients that come from it. Oh, good thing I didn't end the video. So here's the thing. Yes, you might get some nutrients, and you probably do get some nutrients from cow's milk and so on, but it's like robbing a bank. Here's what I mean. You rob a bank, yes, you might get away with the money, but that's also going to come with sleepless nights. It's also going to come with an investigation. It's going to come with a whole bunch paranoia, a whole bunch of nonsense. So yes, you might get some nutrients from it, but it also comes with obesity. It also comes with lactose intolerant. It also comes with a whole bunch of stuff that you might not know about. But other than that, thank you. Peace.